Magandang araw, ako si Kuya Code. Today we'll be continuing our Python programming challenges via Hackerrank. So today is going to be, we'll be continuing the Python string challenges. So simply enough, let's make a sentence. This is a string in Python. So the most basic thing, of course, you can do with a string is printing it. We will just use the format. Oops, orange. This is the original sentence. We can put in the sentence, and we'll go ahead and print that out. And of course, we have the sentence printed out. Something else that we can do is we can split it up into sections to basically make a list. So this is, let's say, word list equals sentence dot split. And then we can just print the split sentence via the word list, print that out. And now we have the same sentence, but it's split into a list of words instead. So this is the default. It just takes it splits each, so it determines each word based off of a space. That's just the default. We can put something else in here, which I'll show you in a bit. But something else that we could do, well, let's just use a different example. So let's say if you have a CSV file, let's see here, apple, banana, orange, grape, etc. That's a CSV file. So we can print the CSV file. CSV. Let's see what happens if we just print this CSV with the default. What happens with that? That one doesn't actually split it up at all because the default split method is expecting there to be spaces, but because this sentence doesn't have any spaces, it doesn't do anything. Let me just make this bigger and make that smaller. Yeah, it doesn't have any spaces, so it doesn't split it up at all, but we can just actually put a comma in here to say that instead of using a space as the delimiter or the determiner for the character that determines where one word begins and where the next one ends, we have a comma instead. So if we do it by that, then now it splits up the string by all of the by the commas instead, which is good. And then something else that we can do, words to join. Let's just make a list. I don't know, Python is awesome. So now here's our sentence. Of course, we can just, let's just steal this one. As we expected, it just prints exactly the list Python, which contains Python is awesome. But what we can do is joined equals, we'll just put an empty string dot join words to join, and then we'll print the empty string. We'll print the new variable that we just made with joined words. And what does that do? So that basically takes all of the strings inside the list, it combines them into a single string with no spaces. And that's because this is kind of the opposite of split, where in this case we said we want to separate, or we want to use the delimiter comma to determine where one begins and one ends. In this case, we are basically adding a delimiter in between each one of them, but in this case it's empty. So if we change that to a comma, then it's going to print out the same Python is awesome, but between each word, Python is awesome, it's going to add a comma. So we do that. There we have it. Python is awesome. So that's it for the examples. Now we can just quickly go over here. This is the challenge. So let's say we have a string. We use split to convert it into a list of strings, and then we can rejoin the list of strings with a hyphen between each word to get this. So in this case, the output is that. So line equals input. Let's start with this, which is that, and then we can actually call this to do pass in the line result, and then we can print result, which by itself nothing's going to happen because we don't have the method defined yet. Oh, it's an intending a block. Let's just actually print line like this. So this is what was passed in, and then nothing was actually returned. So of course, what we can do is do what we did before. We can just simply s equals line dot split, and then we can do joined equals, we got the hyphen, like in this case here, dot join, we pass an s, and then return joined. Okay, there we go. That one is completed, and let's try both of these. Okay, that is it. We're good to go. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more Coding challenges. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. See you next time on Kuya Code. Paalam.